Okay, the next step in our ski tuning process, is usually the third step I do, is we're going to set the angles on the sides now. I'm going to use this is a guide. This is again the same brand, that XC Man, however you say that. It's 88 degrees. When I do my wife's skis, I set them at 90. That used to be what everyone recommended. Now they seem to be recommending a little bit more aggressive. So you might want to consider 1 degree and 88 for recreational skiing as well. So I'll use that. If it was the first time I'm setting my edges, or they really need a lot of work for some reason, I would use a file on this. But since they've been set before, I'm just kind of tuning them up. I'm going to use a diamond stone. Now this diamond stone is quite a bit bigger than the last one that I used for the bottom, because I can get away with it. I got these at Harbor Freight actually. When you set them on there, now if you notice, there's this guide has a relief in here. There's some relief here, and there's a hole actually in it, and that's for the chips and the slurry and crap and everything else to go into. So you want it like this. You want to put the file on the same side as the relief, because it'll give you some space for all the garbage to float into. I'm going to probably hold it on with a clamp. If you have a small one, sometimes you can do something like put it at a little bit of an angle and get a little bit more bite. So I could actually use the small ones on this clamp. If you try to sneak it down too much like that, you might lose your grip and then goof up your angle, and then you'd be sad. The other thing that you're going to do, you don't have to do this very often, and in fact, it's so I never had one of these tools for a long time. Finally, I think I got it. I don't know, I got it at Schumacher's, or I got it at Sun and Snow, and they're throw everything in a bag for 50% off sale. But what this tool does is it takes back. These are really old skis, so they don't have much, and they're probably cheap at the time. But these skis have a significant plastic back up here to the steel edge, and you want to cut that back a little bit, so the steel edge is sort of sticking out a little bit. So this tool, it does that. You put it on here, and it touches the plastic but not the steel, and you drag it along, and it will take off the plastic. So I can show you that on my skis. It's not going to work on this one because there's just not much there for it. So anyway, so let's get started. I still have my rubber band on here. This time we're going to put them in the vices like this. This is how I would normally do it. I might flip it around a little bit for the camera to get a better angle, but in fact, I think I'll just do that right now. And again, this is another one of those things that I didn't have these vices for a while, and I somehow managed to get by. So you can usually figure out a way to rig it up, but it's a lot easier with the vices. So if you can get those, it's kind of nice. So this thing sits on here like this. I like it the other way for the camera. You'll see a little bit better. Let me just flip this one more time. Sorry about that. So this will sit on here like such, and you can't really see it, but we're only touching the plastic, not touching the steel at all. And you just very, very lightly drag it across. And if you see, I'm kind of pulling up a little tiny bit of plastic here. So this is what you want. You just pull off a little bit of this plastic, and what that does is it leaves your steel edge just a little bit proud of the plastic that supports it, and so it's easily filed. You don't have to do this very often. In fact, you maybe don't even have to do it. It all makes life easier. Some online place might say you have to do it more often, but I didn't do it for years. Got this tool, and I just do it maybe once a year or so. If you're in the Ann Arbor Ski Club and you're interested in having this done, and you don't feel like investing in that tool, you know, give me the skis or come over here and we'll do it together, and you know, we'll be on your way. You might have to do it just, you know, once in your lifetime, actually. So now that that's done, we're gonna file the edges. We're gonna set the edges to the 88 degrees. And I'm going to do this backwards from how I normally do it, so that you can get a better view. I'm going to take my Harbor Freight diamond, and again, I'm going to install it so that it's up against the relief, and I'm going to clamp it in place. And I think we discussed this in the base video, but I use Windex as my lubricant for this kind of thing. Cutting aid, whatever you want to call it. And you ride this edge against the base, and then this file goes against your still edge. So I have to use 2 hands. You can hear that grinding. That's the spot where I hit a rock or something. There's a hard spot in there, and you kind of want to work those out. You hear how it's bad, and now it's not making that noise anymore. That means I'm getting rid of those rough spots. And if you stay on top of it, it really doesn't take much to get them whipped back in shape. So these are nice and smooth, stem to stern here. I'm doing a lot more pressure on the backstroke here. We'll just have a quick look at it. I think I'm gonna go a little bit more on them. Get mine a little sharper. So I believe this is about a 350, 360 grit, something like that. Get your skis a little bit dirty when you do this. So this is the edge that I took off. It's sitting on my paper towel now, and I'm pulling off pretty good chunks of my fingernail with that. By the end of the year, I don't have a lot of fingernail left. I guess if I was really good, I could maybe shave with it, but I'm probably not quite that good. I might go up 1 grit too, just for grins, because I can. So that was like a 350. I'm going to use my new 500 and put it on a little bit of an angle here so that you can get some coverage. Clamp it in place. And I have a little go like that too. Here's a couple more clicks there. Still some work to be done. This one's a little tricky because it's so small. You gotta be really careful with it so it doesn't move on you. Don't press too hard. Keep up your angle. Yeah, so I can live with that. And all I need to do is the light again. Now all I need to do is the other side of this one and my whole other ski, but you don't need to watch that happen. So that's the end of this video.